So the other day, my girlfriend taught me something that was really, really cool. She told me about this concept that one of her mentors told her about, which was the idea that you can either live your life by principle or you can live your life by miracle. And before I talk about that, I wanted to read some scriptures here. I wanted to read, it's in Timothy, and it's 2 Timothy, 4 and 16. And it says, all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and it is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness. The reason I read that is because it goes so perfectly with this idea. And what the idea is that in life, God has set principles and things in order for us to be able to follow that will attribute to us having a certain life. And the reality is that a lot of people don't choose to follow those situations of what he's instructed. And what ends up happening, like me, for example, you make a lot of mistakes, you do a lot of the wrong things, you choose to be around the wrong groups of people, make bad decisions, and what ends up happening is you now are dependent upon a miracle to have good things happen in your life. And what I want to do is I want to speak to those who maybe you're not at the point where you need a miracle. Maybe you're at the point where you're still able to benefit from following the principles of God and be a voice of reckoning to you to say, hey, follow the principles of God that he has given in his word, that he has given to us through his spirit. Do not put yourself in a situation where you are dependent upon God to have to work a miracle for good things to happen in your life. Because the thing is, because he's such a good and gracious father, he will still do that. He's done it in my life. A lot of the things I have, I don't deserve. But he's still chosen to do that because of the fact that he's worked a miracle in my life. But the reality still stands that if I would have chosen to live my life in different ways than I did, and not do some of the things that I did in my early life, then I wouldn't have had to be dependent upon a miracle in this stage of my life. And so I want to speak this message to anybody who's willing to hear it, especially to the younger generation who are still at that point where they still have the ability to listen to the oracles of God, to listen to their parents, to listen to wise counsel. Do not put yourself in a situation where you are dependent on a miracle, but rather follow the principles and oracles of God, and you will see the Lord do miraculous things in your life anyways. See you guys around. Peace.